quiz for both teachers and parents and students. Teachers first. When you have students take quizzes and tests, do you hand back those quizzes and tests to them afterwards so that they can see what they got right and what they got wrong? Do you even do that when students take their tests online as well as when they take them on paper? And students vice versa. Do your teachers hand back your answers to tests and quizzes to you? And perhaps more importantly, if they do you look at them? And if they don't, do you beg your teachers to please return your results of your tests? You tell I'm passionate about this topic. Hi, everyone. I am Gretchen Wegner. I am an academic life coach. I also train teachers and academic coaches how to work with students around study skills and time management and organization. And oh my goodness, I just went on a rant with a client the other day. She's a sophomore in high school. And she had a series of D's and F's on some quizzes for English for, I think they're studying Macbeth. And then she had the final test. And guess what grade she got on that as well? Another F. Go figure. And I asked her, I was like, why? Why did you get an F on the final test? Why didn't you learn from all these other C's and D's and F's why you didn't do well? And she was like, oh, well, my teacher didn't hand them back to us. And I said, well, why didn't you ask your teacher to hand them back? And well, first of all, she didn't notice. She hadn't checked her grades. So that's one thing I have to do is I have to teach her how to notice the patterns inside her grades. But that's for another video. For this video, I really wanted her to get the importance, like the preciousness of her mistakes. And in fact, forgot I made this whiteboard. Here's the soapbox. I got on it. This is me. And I proceeded to not quite yell, but to passionately help the student understand that her mistakes on tests are a treasure, not just a treasure, they are hers. They are her belongings. You know, the test itself might be the teacher's intellectual property, but the answers, both the right answers and the wrong answers, are the student's intellectual property, and they deserve to have those, and they deserve to have them as soon as possible so that they can learn to analyze them and then, here's the exciting part, actually improve their learning. So teachers, I implore you, I know with the advent of more and more distance learning, and that means more and more taking tests and quizzes online, which I know means that it's harder to help students see what their answers were. Without worrying about cheating and all of that. But please, can we please find a way to get them back to students sooner rather than later? It does mean less time from you grading, right? So if only we can get the results back to students in a timely fashion, that's really important. Now, I hear you, teachers. I hear you. When I was a teacher, I would struggle to get tests graded and back, and then students would never, ever look at them again. So we also need to train students how to look at their mistakes and understand them. But first, before we do that, we have to actually give them their mistakes. And students, please ask for them. I know it is scary to be faced with what you effed up with, right? Like, it's scary to be like, oh my God, look at what I didn't do right. However, that is where the real learning happens. And if you can train yourself to be excited about mistakes, to look for them, to seek them out, because they, again, they are yours, they are your intellectual property, and you can use those mistakes to be able to improve your learning, which also means improving your grades, which also means improving your satisfaction at school. It just feels good to watch ourselves grow, actually. So please, teachers, see what you can do to make grades more available, and then to train your students how to actually make good use of the mistakes. And students, learn to love your mistakes, learn to seek them out, and learn to speak up and ask your teachers to provide them for you. If you have any questions or follow-up thoughts about this, I always pay attention to email way more than to the YouTube comments below. So Gretchen@GretchenWegner.com is where you'll find me. And if you don't know who I am, hi, I'm the creator of the anti-boring approach to powerful studying. And I also work with teachers and with academic coaches to help grown-ups learn how to work with students around improving their time management and study skills. So more information is at gretchenwagner.com, and I'll see you next week for another video.